for Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, had a public meltdown over the resignations of the 6 top prosecutors in Minnesota. Many of those prosecutors were also involved in the fraud investigations that former President Biden initiated in order to root out fraud in Minnesota. And there's fraud in lots of states as well, but these were the main prosecutors dealing with that. And the Trump regime and Pam Bondi wanted them to criminally investigate the widow of Renee Nicole Good, to go after the widow and to not investigate the officer or the rogue ICE agent Jonathan Ross, who killed Renee Nicole Good. At the same time, there were 6 resignations in Minnesota of the top federal prosecutors there. You had at least 4 or 5 major resignations from the Civil Rights Division in Main Justice in Washington, D.C., because they were ordered by Pam Bondi not to investigate the killer of Renee Nicole Good, but again, to go after the widow of Renee Nicole Good. Horrific. Now, the total of resignations at the DOJ is now around 3,000. When we reported last month, that number was 2,900 attorneys. Brad Heath was the one who reported that story. More than 2,900 attorneys quit the Justice Department or were fired during the first 10 months of this year, about triple the number who depart in a typical year. That was just through 10 months. And now, extrapolating further, that number seems to be closer to 3,000, maybe even more. But the key federal prosecutors in Minnesota now, Pam Bondi having this complete and utter public meltdown. She, of course, went on Hannity to start crying. Of course, she goes to state regime media where she cries and whines and says, "Can you believe that these prosecutors were interviewing at liberal law firms? And I told them, they said I quit. And I said, you don't quit, you're fired, and you don't get your benefits. If you don't want to investigate the widow of Renee Nicole Good, I fire." They quit, Pam Bondi. They said, bye-bye. We don't want to be a part of your piece of trash, DOJ, your utter embarrassment, your child sex trafficking cover-up ring. Pam Bondi, you've turned the DOJ into a racketeering enterprise for the purpose of covering up child sex trafficking. You should be disgusted with yourself, Pam Bondi, but there you are on Hannity, who you Trump was doing and all of their criminal acts inside the government. Well, Pam Bondi demanded the FBI execute a search warrant at her home. They seized her phones and her personal laptops and her Washington Post, her journalist laptop, but they took all of her personal stuff to what? To confiscate it, to go and find who her confidential sources are. So here's what she says too, and she's like, this is perfectly normal. This is just what we do. Here, play this clip right here.
Well, I mean, I guess there could be a couple of scenarios. One, if the press was soliciting classified material purposefully, and maybe that could be proven, maybe that can't be proven. Or what if something is sent that's classified and the reporter had no idea it was classified?
If the reporter had no idea it's classified, we have the right to have that returned to the Department of Justice. I cannot, and to the Department of War is where it belongs. I cannot talk about the facts of this case because right now it's just a search warrant to retrieve the information that belongs to the Department of War. But the guy who worked for the Department of War, he is in jail and he should remain in jail.
Then you had Bondi and Trump send out their stooges, their MAGA Republican sycophants on, to DC. And we made sure at the Midas Touch Network, because we have our DC bureau that's open right now, to press these sycophants about what their view is about the DOJ not turning over the Epstein files and violating the Epstein Transparency Act. And you had over here Lauren Boebert say, oh, I think the DOJ is releasing quite a bit. They've only released 1% of the records. They are a criminal racketeering enterprise involved in covering up a child sex trafficking ring. That's what you meant to say, Lauren Boebert, right? Here, play this clip.
Are you concerned that 99% of the Epstein files haven't been released yet?
I think we're releasing quite a bit, and the DOJ is working. I mean, at least they're producing something. The Clintons couldn't even show up for a deposition.
And you had Tim Burchett say the following. Here, play this clip.
What's your message to the American people who are waiting for the other 99% of the Epstein files to be released by the Department of Justice?
Well, tens of thousands have already been released. Interesting thing the point that's not being made is that when we released these files, the Democrats did not, they asked to slow it down. They wanted more stuff redacted. So I think that's a really interesting point that needs to be made.
And then Pablo.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we will talk about a big story from the United States A video is going viral online. It shows Attorney General Pam Bondi on live TV. She looked angry, she looked stressed, she looked emotional. Many headlines say AG Bondi meltdown on TV. 3,000 DOJ lawyers quit. Justice Department in crisis. But what is the truth? Did thousands of lawyers really quit? Is the Department of Justice falling apart? Why is everyone talking about this interview? Today we will explain everything in very easy. We will speak slowly. We will use simple words anyone can understand. In this video we will cover who Pam Bondi is, what happened in the interview, why DOJ lawyers are living in the 3,000 lawyer quiet story true, why this matter to normal people, what may happen next. So stay with us till the end. Let us start. Who is Pam Bondi? First, let us understand who Pam Bondi is. Pam Bondi is the Attorney General of the United States. This means she is the top lawyer for the government. She leads the Department of Justice. People also call it the DOJ. The DOJ job is to catch crimes, protect the constitutions, fight corruptions, protect people rights, make sure the law of followed. This is the very powerful position. Millions of people depend on the DOJ to be fair and honest. So when the Attorney General looks never or upset on TV, people get worried. That is why this interview became so famous. What is the Department of Justice? Now let us talk about the Department of Justice. The DOJ is one of the most important office in the United States government. It has lawyer, judges, prosecutors, investigators, FBI officers, legal experts. These people work on big cases like terrorism, corruptions, drug crimes, cyber crimes, human rights, election crimes. If DOJ lawyers leave their jobs, justice become slow. A criminal may not be punished one on time. Victims may not get help. The system become weak. That is why new news about DOJ lawyers quitting is serious. What happened in the viral interview? Now let us talk about the interview. Pam Bondi went on a live news show. The host asked her about reporters that many DOJ lawyers were leaving their jobs. At first, Bondi tried to stay calm, but soon her tone changed. She spoke louder, she spoke angry, she mm, interrupted the host. She looked stressed. Many people online said she lost control. She had a meltdown. She looked nervous. She could not answer clearly. Clip from the interview spread fast online. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. Soon big headlines appeared everywhere. People started asking, what is happening inside the DOJ? Is the government breaking? Is justice is danger? Let us look deeper. Did 3,000 DOJ lawyers really quit? This is the biggest question. Did 3,000 DOJ lawyers really quit? The simple answer is no. Official proof say 3,000 lawyers quit. Some lawyers did leave, some retired, some were fired, some changed job, but there is no confirmed report that 3,000 lawyers quit at the same time. So why do people say 3,000 liar quit? Because big number get more views, shocking headlines get more clicks. Drama spread fast online. Many media channels use strong word to uh, mm, attract attentions, but the truth is yes, there is highest turnover. Yes, some lawyers signalize. Yes, there are problems inside the DOJ, but 3,000 lawyer quitting is likely exaggerated. Still, even small number of lawyers leaving is serious. Let us see why they are leaving. Why are DOJ lawyers leaving? Now let us talk about the real issue. Why are lawyers leaving the Department of Justice? There are many reasons. Let us explain one by one in easy word. Political pressure. Many DOJ lawyers say Poli- Politics is now interfering with their job. The DOJ is uh, spotted to be department that means it should follow the law, not politicians. But some lawyers feel they are being pressured to drop cases. They are being told who to investigate. They are being told who not to investigate. Legal decisions are becoming political. When lawyers feel justice is not free anymore, they lose trust. That is why some choice to quit. Ethical problems. Lawyers must follow strong ethics rules. They promise to tell the truth, follow the law, protect people's rights, be fair and honest. Some DOJ lawyers say they were asked to do things they felt were wrong. For example, change legal opinion, ignore evidence, stop investigation, target political opinion when lawyers feel their ethics are being broken. They live low moral. Moral means how people feel about their job. Reporters say moral inside the DOJ is very low. Many lawyers feel disrespected, our work under pressure, not spotted, afraid to speak. Low moral make people leave any job. Government job are not different. Leadership issues. Some DOJ workers criticize the leadership style of Pam Bondi. They say decisions are made without explanations, staff options are ignored, loyalty is more important than skill. Critics are punished. Honest debate is discouraged. A good leader listen. Bad leader control. Many lawyers feel the leadership is not healthy. That cases resignations. What did Body say in the interview? During the interview, Bondi denied everything. She said lawyers were not quitting, they were being fired, they were being resignations. The DOJ was getting stronger, the media was lying. She said the department was cleaning house, but she did not give clean number. She did not explain why people were unhappy. She did not explain why moral was low. Her emotional turn made people even more worried. How did the public react? The public reactions was huge. People were decided. Supporters say she is brave. She is cleaning corruption. The maid is attacking her. DOJ needs a reform. Old lawyers are resisting change. Critics said she looked unstable, she avoided questions, she attacked the press, she is apologizing justice, she is hurting democracy. On social media, millions of viewers, thousands of comments, political arguments, viral memes, hit debates. The interview became a symbol of something bigger. People losing trust in government institutions. Why does this matter to normal people? So people say this is policy. Why should I care? Hers, her us why this matter to everyone. Justice affects everyone. The DOJ protect people from criminal frauds, terrorists, corruptions, abuse. If DOJ lawyers leave justice slow down, criminals stay free long, victims wait longer, cases fall apart that hurt normal people. Rule of law. Rule of law means no one is above the law, no president, no billionaires, no politicians. If DOJ lawyers feel pressure to protect power people, the law become weak. That threatens democracy. Public trust. People must trust courts, public and justice system. Why justice system? When people see choice inside the DOJ, trust falls. Without trust, society become divided and anger. National security. The DOJ fight tritium and cyber crimes. If experienced lawyers leave dangerous criminals many exceptions justice that affects national safety. Why is reality? What is reality? Happening inside the DOJ, let us try to understand the deeper problem the DOJ is facing: political pressure, public crimes, leadership's conflict, staff burnout, trust issue. Many workers feel trapped between during their job honestly and following political order. This create stress, fear, and resignation. Some lawyers speak out, some stay silent, some quiet. There is not healthy for any situations. Is this the first time that happened? No. The DOJ faced crisis between. Let us look at history. In the 1970s, DOJ official resigning when President Nikons tried to block investigations. Their resigns protect democracy post 9/11 period. After the 9/11 attacks, DOJ expanded surveillance. Some lawyers resigned due to civil rights concerns. The recent administration's DOJ officials left due to political pressure and internal conflict. So, cares inside the DOJ are not new. But today, media make everything bigger and fast. Why this reality is meltdown? Let us talk about the word meltdown. Did Bondi reality meltdown? She did rise his voice, look stressed, speak angrily, interrupt the interview, but she did not cry, walk off, use bad language, refuse of answer. Some people say the media executed it, but leaders are expert to stay claim. When leaders lose control on live TV, people wrong that us why this interview become famous. How does social media make the rose? Social media love drama, platform, reward, anger, conflict, fear, shocking headline. So instead of DOJ face internal problem, we get DOJ corruption, AG meltdown, justice system fail. This increases fear and confirm that. That's why viewers must think carefully and click fast.